What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the TB Toycast YouTube channel. As today we are unboxing the Super 7 Ultimate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Michelangelo. Man, this is definitely a cool piece to have for the collection, and got it from a good friend of mine, the one and only Steve Hoker. And kind of jumped it ahead because I've got a lot of Super 7 to unbox, and I tend to put it off for no other reason than this, and tell me if you guys are the same. They're kind of a hard thing to unbox. Now, this is pre-YouTube channel when I was just opening it in my personal time and taking pictures and displaying it and things like that. There's a lot to these. Obviously, the figures are excellent, but the unboxing process, well, it's a process, and we're obviously going to dive into that. But I love the Super 7 line. I've got several Super 7 turtles that I've already unboxed, so they I'll put the pictures up right in here, but. The figures are excellent quality, and I remember these came out, I think, shortly after the NECA Turtles started hitting, the cartoon-style ones. And I was, like, a little conflicted, because I'm like, I like them both, but how can I possibly collect both? And you can, but I think you have to be, like, a die-hard Turtle fan to do that. A little hard to pull off for most of us, so I opted for NECA at the time. And since then, I've been like, man, I really miss getting these, so I've kind of sold all my NECA stuff off, which I'm sure I'll regret at some point, and now I'm all in on Super 7. At least for now. We haven't had any updates on Super 7 Turtles in a while, so hopefully that's something that we're going to see more of, because I really want Pizza Face. Pizza Face is like my all-time favorite turtle character from the original Playmates line, and I really want that figure as a Super 7 Ultimate. The Rat King they just did is fantastic. Definitely want to get that at some point. But man, Pizza Face would be just, to me, top-notch. Slip cover, we're going to take it off. Of course, this is a kind of a thing of the past now, right? We don't do the slip covers anymore. The thing about Super 7, ooh, what a reveal, that it always kind of got me, and I'd like to get your guys' opinion too, so leave it in the comments down below. Yeah, it's more expensive. The figures are definitely more expensive, but with the look of the figure and the packaging and everything, I was always like, yeah, okay, I understand. I get it. It may not be for everybody, because what do these retail for? $45? Sometimes I think they're now $55. For just a basic figure. Some of them, maybe closer to 60 or 65, and the bigger ones even more than that. So it is a tough pill to swallow, especially if you're working with a budget, which, all of us are working within some sort of a budget. It's just like, man, that's a lot of money. And like I said, I can't say enough good things about these. I love these figures, and I have unboxed a few of them, but Michelangelo is definitely a fun one to get. Steve Hoker was kind of downsizing his turtle collection, asked if I wanted it, and what can you say but yes, definitely, or cowabunga maybe. But as per usual, the last couple of weeks you've seen we've got trading cards. We've got to unbox or unwrap and see what they're all about. Hopefully they're a little bit easier to come by than that Guinness Book of World Records one. That was kind of a lengthy one, which I didn't mean for that to happen, but it was kind of cool to dive into all of them. But how about this one for today? Universal Monsters of the Silver Screen. I've never heard them called that. It's always just been Universal Monsters, but I think most of us are familiar with the Universal Monsters to some degree. I think these are actually really fun. In fact, spoiler, I'm kind of been diving into NECA stuff, so you'll be seeing some NECA Universal Monsters popping up in this YouTube channel relatively quickly. But let's dive into these. Of course, we got, this looks like a sticker maybe, which is cool. I think it is a sticker. Phantom of the Opera. Cool stuff. I like it. What do we got here? The Frozen Ghost. I'm not familiar with that one. Maybe we need a Frozen Ghost NECA figure. That would be cool. The Frozen Ghost. That's a cool name. That should definitely be remade. We got, of course, that's unmistakable. That is Dracula. I love it. Bram Stoker. What a name. Bride of Frankenstein. Yep, there we go. Cool, cool, cool. Well, that's a mummy if I've ever seen it. The Mummy's Tomb. Probably kind of a sequel or a spin-off of the original Mummy. The House of Dracula, featuring the Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, the Wolfman, Mad Doctor, and the Hunchback. We don't see a lot of stuff on the Hunchback, but they did actually do a NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hunchback figure, right? I may have to get those. Those would be cool to unbox for the channel. Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned. I don't know who these guys are. Black Friday. I don't think they're going doorbuster shopping. Karloff, Lugosi. Okay, so it's like the original actors. All right. Yeah, I don't think they're door busting and Walmart and Kmart and stuff. We got a creepy hand. That is the Cat Creeps. That one I have no idea. I know nothing about that. The Cat and the Canary. Okay. Hey, let's get some figures going. Why not? Uh-oh, we've got an old guy. The Night Key. So what's cool about this set of cards, actually, is there's actually information there that I wasn't aware of, and I think that that's kind of cool. So hopefully, you guys learned a little something. I certainly did. I would love to see a lot of these as NECA figures. NECA tends to kind of roll these out a little slower than some companies, but that's also cool because they got new stuff coming out all the time. So, yeah, I dig it. But let's dive into Michelangelo here because this is going to be a fun one, I think, but it's probably going to be a difficult unboxing. Slice that tape. Like I said, we got a loose piece, a rogue one. Like I've said before, the Super 7 packaging, I don't think anyone can... That's cool. I like the yellow background on that. Really cool. Really makes the character pop. I don't think anyone can argue that the Super 7 packaging is fantastic. It's one of those things where the price point is a lot, and I think it can scare away a lot of people, which I totally understand. You know, when you're looking at most retail figures, especially, you know, a few years ago, because prices have actually since gone up, right? But what was the average a couple of years ago? About $20. Now, the average is probably about 23 to 25. When something's 45, you're like, I don't know about that. So I do get it. But there's a lot here, so let's take this offline and come back and talk a little bit more Michelangelo. All right, we've got him unboxed, the one and only Michelangelo. Great figure, first of all. We're going to kind of do a close-up. I mean, the articulation on this is top-notch. I love all the paint details. To me, what they did here is they took a classic Playmates turtle, and they updated it. They made it bigger, and it's perfect. Like, everything about this is awesome. This is exactly like what I would want if I was doing a modernization of these figures, and I think Playmates needs to do something similar. They have done some stuff, but to me, none of it turned out very good. And that's kind of been the problem with Playmates. I know they're getting ready to relaunch a new Power Rangers line, and a big complaint I know I have, and I'm sure others do as well, is that it's like, you know, like, I hope they do well, but I'm not thinking they're going to do well, so it kind of makes us a little apprehensive. We got a buttload of accessories here. Of course, we got an extra head here, so slightly different look. I actually like the one that's on better, so I'm going to just kind of keep this off to the side. Got, of course, the nunchucks. Now, these are all plastic style, which are good, kind of more what you would get if it were a Playmates figure, but not to be outdone, they also included a pair with the real chains, which I think is a fun addition. But I think these are more what I'm going to use for display purposes. Got a couple of other ninja weapons here. Like I said, Super 7, never short on accessories, tons of different things. Couple of ninja stars as well, plus a communicator with a string on it, actually, which is probably going to be hard to hang on to. But then not only that, as if it were a classic Playmates, you get like the weapons rack. All the weapons in the same color, just like you would get if it were the original Playmates. And it stands up, so you could kind of, well, I say that, may have spoke too soon. You could lean in against the wall. So, kind of get best of both worlds. Tons of hands here. Of course, we got a set of fists, which are cool as well. And we got a couple of gripping hands, another set of gripping hands. Maybe if a camera will focus, there we go. And then a couple of more open hands. But I think the ones he's got on, again, are kind of what you need. So now with all these accessories, everyone's going to have different opinions here, and I completely understand that. But I feel like with the pizza box and the nunchucks, that's all I need. And I think that minimalistic style of having just a couple of things makes it a little bit more affordable for the average collector. Like, I know, obviously, we've seen the Super 7, what are they called? Like, the deluxe figures, I think. Well, I just knocked his hand off. We unboxed the Lion-O that I picked up at Target, and I got Monkey incoming. That's haven't unboxed it yet, but that will be coming. And we've seen other figures, Conan the Barbarian, in that style. I think they've done Ghost from the band as well, and those are great. But I think what makes them better is the cheaper price point. So they're about $35, was the retail at Target anyway. And to me, if they released all these turtle characters that same way, minimal accessories, even if we got the plastic accessories, but the same figure, maybe just slightly repainted, and then maybe like, a pizza box or something, I would be all over that. Where do you guys lay with that? Like, do you need all these accessories? They're great for sure, but is it worth an extra $20? That's where I think there's going to be different opinions for different people. To me, if you just had that's it right there, $35, bought all day long. And maybe include a communicator or one ninja star. But just that right there is to me worth it. Now, everyone's going to be a little bit different, but I think you get a lot more too with being on a store shelf, because seeing this online is one thing. Seeing it in a store shelf is a totally different thing, and more people see it, they're like, whoa, this thing's incredible. And so I think you do add a lot of extra value with that. But I can't say enough good things about this Michelangelo. I like it a lot. I think it's a great figure, and it's a welcome addition to my Ninja Turtles Super 7 line. I got a whole pile of Super 7 figures still yet to unbox, so I'll be getting to those sooner rather than later. But this is definitely one that I was happy to get. So when Steve Hoker said, "Oh, I got Michelangelo," I'm like the regular Michelangelo? He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, I'll take it. Very cool. So big shout out to Steve Hoker for that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, make sure to check out the TB Toycast podcast every Thursday. We are dropping a new episode with a different main event, also covering news and topics and things that get us excited. And check out some of my other unboxing videos. Speaking of Super 7, how about the Super 7 Deluxe Lion-O unboxing? You can check that out in the archives, one of my first few videos. I've also done a Mattel Retro Shawn Michaels recently. That was a fun video, of course. A lot of retros happening. A lot of people forget about Mattel, but they're still running and gunning over there. How about the Jazzwares Ring of Honor Nigel McGuinness versus Jerry Lynn box set from the Jazzwares Vault? Very, very cool set and a fun addition to the collection. And then, of course, Simpsons. I got a lot of Simpsons figures. Furious Homer's been unboxed. Vampire Burns has been unboxed. And most recently, Radioactive Man has been unboxed. More Simpsons still to come, which I love. DC Multiverse with Santa Batman, Green Arrow, Godspeed, and Eradicator. I couldn't think of his name for a second. So lots of cool stuff in the archives. We're building up a great archive. Got new subscribers coming almost daily. So if you're enjoying the channel, let people know. Tell them to subscribe. Hopefully they enjoy it as well. And let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Make sure to drop them in the comments below. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. All that good stuff definitely helps out. But that's all we got for this edition of the TB Toycast YouTube channel. That's Michelangelo. Now we will see you in the toy aisle.
Yeah. One more time. It ain't over till I say it's over. So lock the cage up, cause this is a takeover. The wait's over. If this the final time we meet, then you'll be on your back on my feet. Then I'll tip the cage over as a hangover. I'm super fly so I can splash off the top. And I can shut down the shot.